Hey Memphis, the Assorted Crackers are bringing you a live podcast experience like no other. Come on and join us at Oxbow on Thursday, October 16th from noon to 7 for an event they're calling Boots, Bourbon, and Barbecue.
We're talking Tecovas Boots, smoky barbecue bites, and live interviews with Rolf Rubb Seasoning, Smoke and Mirrors Hat Company, and Old Dominic Distillery. Plus, we'll get the inside story from the family behind Oxbow, Memphis's premier men's style destination.
Yes, it is.
Enjoy specialty cocktails, bourbon tastings, and killer interviews all afternoon long. It's boots on the feet, bourbon in the glass, and barbecue on the grill. And what's better than that?
That's right. Come find us at Oxbow, 964 June Road on October 16th, noon to 7. Guys, don't go stale. Come join us. Hello and welcome to another Assorted Crackers. I'm Eric. I'm here with Lee and Wilson, and we are here with some very special guests. For a long time, we've been doing this for over a year, and one of the very first times we met to think about story ideas and show ideas, we said, we ought to have the kids on to talk a little bit about their experiences with us as fathers, and it's just taken a long time. But long story short, folks, the kids are here, at least some of them. So welcome. The Cracker Crumbs, as they're called.
Let's go.
So
who's excited? Hands up. Jake's ready.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
Jake's ready.
I'm very excited.
Good.
So maybe just to get us warmed up, again, the great thing, you're all grown-ups. You have busy lives, and it's really hard to get you all in here at the same time. So not everybody's here. So maybe quick introductions. We'll go kind of right to left, counterclockwise, and also talk about your siblings who aren't here, and just you're representing the whole family here. So Jake, I'm gonna let you go first.
Oh, thank you. My name is Jake Epperson.
Yeah.
I'm 28 years old. I went to the College of Charleston.
I thought you were 27.
28.
That's
28.
insane.
I know.
Wow.
My favorite color is
Way to
blue.
keep up, Dad.
I'm here representing myself and my younger sister Claire, who is not able to be here today.
Because she's in Wisconsin.
Or maybe Iowa. I don't really know.
It depends. She's somewhere on the Mississippi River way up there.
We haven't heard from her in weeks.
But apparently she's in a fantasy football league, which I didn't know.
Yeah, it's doing really well. I'm her co-manager. It is doing very well. I'm a physical therapist, and I am excited to be here today.
That's perfect. That's great.
All right.
Welcome, Jake. Mary Catherine.
Hey, I'm Mary Catherine. I am here also representing my brother, Hudson, who lives in Tampa, looking for a dog. So everybody get excited.
Does he want a big, small breed, large breed? What was he looking for?
Medium.
Okay.
Medium.
I've got one right here downstairs that I might be willing to donate.
Okay. We'll let him know after.
He's been sending pictures all morning.
Really? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Once you're into that zone, it's happening.
Yeah.
He's getting a dog.
Yep.
I work for Mahaffey Event and Tent. I'm 27, almost 28. And yeah.
And in addition to being the firstborn, you also have the distinction, as I think about this, you're our first female guest on the show. So there you go.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
Yeah.
Am I wrong about
Snaps.
No, you are not.
that? All right. And so the Bartons, I don't know, you guys, Will, you're firstborn, so you go first. How about that?
Squad.
This is Will. I'm Wilson's oldest son, and representing. We've got two younger sisters that are not here today either, but hopefully they'll make it on the show. That's.
What do you do?
What do you do, Will? How old are you?
About to turn.
Are you married? Do you have children?
They even talk alike.
Yeah.
Get in the backseat.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about so much personal information out, but yes, I'm almost 30. It's a little surreal. Yes, got 2 kids, married, 2 dogs, white picket fence. So
Dream life.
Living the American dream.
Life.
Yeah.
Dream life.
Doing it right. And John.
Okay. I'm John. I'm 27. I have a lovely wife and live here in Memphis. And I am a SOX compliance analyst. Really fun accounting stuff that I get to do every day. And excited to be here.
As far as we know, this show is SOX compliant, by the way.
And
Well, we'll see.
So the reason we've been wanting to do this for so long, a big part of the intent behind this podcast was to think about the stories of our families and what we've done as fathers to try to, not only bring forward the traditions that our fathers passed on to us, but also obviously do our role as parents, passing those traditions and stories on to you. Now, I know that you are all fans and listeners of the show. And so I'm wondering, you heard us talk about how we're being intentional. We'd like to think we've done a great job as fathers, but inevitably we're also human. Maybe we didn't get everything just right. So is there either a story that you've heard us tell on a previous episode or just an experience where maybe your dad didn't quite get it right? That would be a good way to get into this. So who's got one?
So, to the crackers and my fellow crumbs, I have actually prepared 3 stories, and I'm going to put this up to a vote. I've named these stories, and I'm going to present the titles. I want to see which ones y'all want to hear the most, or which one you want to hear the most. We've only got time for one. The first story that I have is called The Chattanooga Boohoo. The second, for the listeners at home, my dad just physically squirmed, so that might be a winner. The second one is called Four-Wheeler Misfortune. And the third is Jake's first time driving on the interstate Redux. Previously, y'all heard a story from my father, Eric, about my first time driving on the interstate. And I feel like it's important to share my perspective. So either one of those 3, what would y'all like to hear?
I think 1 and 3.
1 and 3.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can go.
3.
You get the Lee rule. You get the Lee rule.
I hate you, Lee.
The Lee rule, the Lee rule being you don't have to choose. You can just keep talking.
Or just say what you want to say, as long as you say with all due respect.
or no offense. So Lee's thing is, anytime we say, okay, we have to pick one because that's the controversy of a good joke. He's like, yeah, but I'm going to pick 3. So fine, you get 2, and I'm just going to keep quiet.
Okay. I think I'll start with the story of the first time that I drove on the interstate. Now, previously in a former episode, when the crackers were talking about their first cars and their first driving experiences.
Inspired by John, by the way, that was John's idea.
Shout out, John. You heard a story about my father being suave and cool. And the way that he put it was that that's how he was taught, was his mom just put him in the driver's seat and said, let's drive. And so he came in to this golf tournament with a plan that I would just tell Jake to just get in the car and drive. And that was that. It was completely premeditated. It was not. Here's the real story, folks. We went to a party for the St. Jude Classic at our friend's house who lived on one of the greens at Southland.
At FedEx St. Jude, we got to get the brand.
The FedEx St. Jude Classic. Rory McIlroy was there. That was the first time I heard of that guy. Not the last, though.
He's pretty good.
And Eric was correct in that the host did have a bourbon bar. I saw it with my own eyes, and if I was of age and had a better appreciation of bourbon at the time, I also would have gone as bug-eyed as my father. But instead, he stayed and hung out with the adults at the bourbon bar. I went off with my friends and watched some golf. We got on a golf cart and putzed around the neighborhood. And eventually I did get the text of like, okay, it's time to go. Things are winding down. I didn't immediately notice anything like suspicious. But when Dad did give me the keys, he was like, hey, I need you to drive. It was not a, hey, I've decided this is your time to drive. He said, hey, could you drive? And I was like, I mean, it took us like 20 minutes to get here. We went on the interstate. I've driven in a parking lot and around the neighborhood with my little learner's permit. And he said, well, no time like the present. And I distinctly remember like when we met up at the car, he was like, oh, hey, like, what'd y'all do? Did y'all have some fun? Y'all get into anything fun? And I was like, yeah, we putz around the neighborhood. We watched some golf, blah, 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 blah. And I did get in the car, and to Eric's credit, I did say, like, don't coach me. Like, just let me drive, stay out of my ear. And I started driving, and I did merge onto the interstate. I'm white knuckling the steering wheel, and Dad is as loose as a goose. He's just chilling, looking out the window, watching the interstate pass by. And
Because it was going in circles.
and about 10 minutes into our drive, he kind of turns to me and he's like, "So Jake, did y'all get into anything fun today? Well, did you do anything fun?" And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I told you about 10 minutes ago, like, yeah, we putz around the neighborhood, we watched some golf. It was a fun time." He's like, "Oh, that's awesome. And kept driving. So for those keeping score, that's the second time he's asked that question. We get home.
I care about your experiences. I want to make sure.
I appreciate that. I do feel that. And I felt it a lot that day. We get home, and I think Mom could tell something was up immediately. At this point, I was
your
starting
mom
to
is
catch
very
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's got eyes like a hawk, and ears like an animal that hears well. I don't know. And we get home, and Mom is not happy because I was like, "Hey, I drove on the interstate," and she's like, "Why?" I was like, "Oh."
Because you have a responsible father who wanted to teach you the importance of not drinking and driving.
Well, and a learner's permit given to me by the state of Tennessee about 3 weeks prior.
Which meant you were qualified to do this.
Yeah. And she gets on to Dad, like she scolds him and then walks off. And Dad's sitting there, and he kind of is like, "Well, Jake, did you have some fun today? Did you at least get into anything fun?" I was like, "Yeah, Dad." We putzed around the neighborhood. We watched some golf, and I think that was the first time that I had ever seen my father overindulge. And the only reason I knew it, I will say, you held your stuff together pretty well. The only reason I knew it was because you asked me the same question 3 different times.
Good news. And again, responsible driving. That's what we learned that day, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
For sure.
Cool. And that Mom can still put Dad in the friend zone, going back to your story, Lee,
Put you in the friend zone.
for some time. Mary Catherine, Will, John. Okay, Mary Catherine's pointing to the end of the table. Will?
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Yeah, so I think we have 2 other firstborns here. I think I'll be I think we'll share the same stories and experiences. I don't know about y'all, but my father was strict at the time. I kind of laid the path for my younger siblings, where I took a brunt of the
Absolutely.
thank you. Can't watch this movie, can't hang out with that friend, can't have the phone. Now, granted, my first phone was the buy one get one from Verizon, so it was the flip phone. 3 numbers, 911, Mom and Dad.
Pantech.
So yeah, something like that. So and so at the time, really just drove me crazy. All my friends were getting the iPhone, going to see, I'm trying to think, Superbad or whatever was out at the time.
Classic.
Wasn't allowed to watch that
You
until
did
college.
not get to go see that.
No, that's what he's saying. He was,
That's what I'm not saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Dad
And
was shutting it off.
and part of my experience was I was I swim competitively. So we had a senior group, and you can start in that 8th grade. So how old are you in 8th grade? 14? 14. So, but I'm hanging out with a 17, 18-year-old guys. And so I remember my dad and I were talking about this earlier, but I can't remember exactly what the story was, but I wanted to go hang out with this guy named Garland. Super, great guy, fun to be around. Oh. And my dad's like, absolutely not. You are 14 years old. You're not going to get in a car and go somewhere with an 18-year-old, and at the time, like, no. And then one time, it was my senior year in high school. My friend Pierce had his family had an apartment downtown. So we're going to go to Beale Street. And I think, at the time, Bass Nectar or something like that was playing. And I was dying to go. And we're down there. We've gotten tickets. I don't think my dad knows this, but we had tickets. And
Go, Will,
I
go.
don't know this.
and we're getting ready to go. And I think these are my dad. I think my dad called me and goes, son, if you go down there and I find out that you went to that music festival, you do not want to come home, And so we shut it down and we didn't go. Come full circle, my younger sister Megan's like freshman in high school. It's like, I want to go to music festival. My dad's like, yeah, I'll drive you, whatever.
Preach.
Double standard.
I'm like, what in the world? And so, but
Put all your friends in the back seat.
exactly. Yeah. Here, here's a flask. No, I'm just kidding. But it's just like whatever. I'm just kidding. Just And
Yeah.
But all that to say, full circle. Like I have 2 kids. Now I probably won't be as strict as they were, but
Sure you won't.
But obviously, at the time you don't realize what kind
How's
of.
how's their diet when they come over to the grandparents?
Oh, it's awful. It's awful.
Is it candy and
Yeah,
Donuts?
we were over there. I was picking up my daughter at like 4:00 last week, and my daughter loves cheese, and so
Same.
and my mom, Margaret, is screaming for cheese. So my mom just gives her a whole block of Colby Jack and just sends her on her way. And she doesn't poop for like 3 days. So I was like, come on.
that cheese will gum you up?
So, but all that to say is just, you don't appreciate what they're trying to do as the only crumble with kids at this current moment. You kind of have an extra level of respect and appreciation for what your parents are trying to do for you to mold you into a well productive adult. That's what I'm trying to do, and just trying to figure it out on the fly. So,
Absolutely.
Wilson, you stifled this kid.
I guess I did.
So I got follow up.
yeah.
So you mentioned Megan got to do was she the one who kind of took advantage of the path that you paved? I know John was behind you, but who really was the
Megan.
one who?
Yeah, for
she
sure.
was the boundary tester.
Yeah, John, and I'm sure he can speak to this since he's right next to me. But John's got that middle child, just kind of easygoing.
Yeah.
Just kind of goes with the flow. I don't know if he pushed the boundaries. I don't think he did, because he's just, it's just John, just cool JB, And so Olivia, I think, kind of maybe pushed the boundaries a little bit, and Megan was just like,
She busted through.
oh yeah, it's time to go.
Megan said, "What boundaries?"
Yeah, there were no boundaries.
Well, here's to the first.
I think I
part
was
on the road.
tired.
To
I
the
think we were just
firstborn,
tired
the
after having
trendsetters.
3. You're just like, whatever.
Well, yeah.
I'm too tired to fight. I don't want to fight.
Yeah.
Here's
I'm
a
not
block of
arguing
cheese.
about this.
Here's a block of cheese.
So,
Let's gum this kid up.
thanks, Jake.
But I will say on the driving story, polar opposite. My dad would be holding on to the old crap handle on the side. Do you remember this?
Thanks for cleaning that up.
So my grandfather taught me to drive really quickly. Taught me to drive, a little bit of a lead foot, aggressive driver, very defensive driver. You know,
Offensive, not defensive.
Oh yeah. And so we're on Quail Hollow. And my dad's expedition, my grandfather drove, like, I think at the time was maybe like a Explorer or the Lexus or sedan. So low to the ground, you can kind of take turns a little faster. Well, do you remember this?
No, I don't.
Okay. So we were in the Black Expedition. I'm driving. I think it's just my dad and I. I don't know where we're going. I'm coming in a little hot on that turn onto Massey, where the Chick-fil-A is right there. And a car is coming in the turn lane. So, but I'm cutting. I mean, I'm probably going, 30, 35 in the Expedition, trying to cut that corner. And my dad's screaming at me, and I just hit the brakes, and I screech, and we just stop in the middle. My dad is just, what are you doing? Just.
Is that all he said?
Yes. I was told there were some FTC violations. I got to keep,
yeah.
gotta keep track of.
Yeah,
So,
sounds good.
We're proud of our clean rating.
We can fix that in post.
but it's just funny to hear kind of. Well, I know you were maybe under the weather, but very.
I was great. I couldn't have been better.
But, just nice and cool.
Well, maybe I should have had something to drink when I let you drive then.
I think that's the real lesson here.
Well, boys, I was only allowed to drive in the cemetery, so I
couldn't kill
I couldn't
anybody.
kill anybody because they were already dead.
That's wow. Is that what your dad told you?
Yes,
That's
it
wild.
was.
You did a good job. There were lots of stop signs. There were cars coming, narrow roads. It was good practice.
Yeah.
You did a great job.
Your dad told a story once about how he was so thoughtful with you and Hudson about getting you involved in chores. I can't hear myself because my son grabbed my can. Sorry. So,
Whoa! I think we can take that part.
Yeah, I think we can rewind that part.
No, we're not. That's going to be on Instagram.
all right, fine. All right. So anyway, in raising you to incentivize and encourage you to do yard work and understand the power of and the importance of having chores, that he would incentivize you with candy corn. Do you remember this? And are there other things that he incentivized you with? And was it always the carrot, or did he ever threaten you with the stick?
It was mostly the candy corn because it was always the fall when he didn't want to do the leaves. But I did get paid $7 to mow the front yard and the backyard.
$7 whole dollars.
What did you do with all
It
that
was
money?
7 in the front, and then it was more in the back.
No.
You stopped mowing because you got your brother to do it. You're Tom Sawyer.
Okay, it was $8 in the back and it was $7 in the front.
15 total.
Okay.
Back then, that was a good deal.
As far as you were concerned.
That's exactly right. This house, you got to live in the house.
I was fed.
Well, and you're clearly very responsible today, so it must have worked.
Absolutely.
Well, maybe. I mean, again, there's more to it, I know, but hopefully you're getting a taste of kind of what some of these stories and backstories were like. Nothing too terribly shocking, but I would like to think that for everything we got wrong, we got more than that right. And so maybe now that you're sort of in the adult phase of your life, is there a piece of advice that, or just something that you learned from your father that still works with you today? And I'm going to go to you, John, because you didn't get a chance to get in on the something that your dad got wrong.
Yeah. I will say that I did have a pretty good story of what my dad did wrong, and I feel like y'all would have
Tell it.
y'all kind of would have given him a hard time
If you
for
want
it.
to hear that story, subscribe to the premium version of Assorted Crackers.
Yeah, you'll hear it on Patreon.
That's right. That's exactly right.
But no, I will stick to your script, and I will give you a nice story.
Thank you, John.
I mean, we've mentioned it. My dad, he had 4 kids. We all were playing different sports, and I can't imagine how y'all got us everywhere we needed to go. There's a lot going on. But despite all that, I still feel like both my parents, they made a good effort still to get, I guess, one-on-one time with us, for lack of a better way to say it. I think you and Mom, I don't know, y'all alternate, maybe not alternated, but you can talk to whatever the plan or the setup was. But y'all took trips with us one-on-one a lot, or a fair amount of times.
Oh, wow.
Very intentional.
Very intentional, exactly. Most of the time for the guys, it was he would take us fishing. And we did a couple times. We went to Arkansas to fly fish on the Little Red. But my favorite one was when we went to Colorado in, I think it was the summer going into my senior year of high school. Yeah, and we went to Colorado, and it was a group of us. It was like another father and son, and then like 2 guides or 3 guides, and then another couple of, it's a group of people. And we went to, I think we started in a steamboat. And we floated, or we were like fishing like lakes and floating down I think it was like the Yampa River.
The Yampa River.
Fly fishing. And then we went, I can't remember where we went after
down
that.
the Colorado River.
Yeah, and then we floated down the Colorado. I mean, in beautiful like canyons, like, the red rocks all around you. And then you're just catching beautiful like rainbow and brook trout and everything, or brown trout. And it was, a great trip. One of my favorite memories. And I feel like you and Mom both did a good job of still getting that one-on-one time through the chaos of a 6-person family.
There you go.
And those are some cherished memories that we have.
Well, good. Thank you.
And it was, I will say the trip was so good that Will got to go on it after me the next year.
So for once, he was following in your footsteps.
Exactly.
That sounds amazing. Will's
I
trying
think
to
he was
figure
a junior.
You were a junior.
Clearly,
It was my senior trip. But
Yes.
you went junior.
Okay. Either way, I went first.
that's the
Love some
most important
competition.
part.
that's
yeah.
the takeaway.
Love some competition.
And I'm just going to interject just because, but I am curious what I did to screw up.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay. I mean, it's not really.
I am too.
You
It's not
asked
really a
for it.
screw up, but it does keep the trend going of Dad cutting in on the fun. And Will's was probably a little more justified. Mine is kind of yeah, unreasonable if you ask me. Still to this day, I'll stand by that. For the Ole Miss fans in the room, I know we all remember.
This was bad.
We all remember.
Did you try to go to the Union?
We all remember the 2014 Ole Miss Alabama game in Oxford.
I was there.
Yes.
I'm sure most of us were there.
Eric was not.
I was not. He was.
Well, it was an exciting day. You know, Ole Miss was playing Bama. We finally thought we were going to have a chance to win. Game day is coming to the Grove. Everyone's ecstatic. We all go to the game. Me, my sister Olivia, my dad Will, and then his college roommate. So Will's a freshman in college. I am a sophomore in high school. So I am 16. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Will is really excited to see game day. So we get there. I mean, we get to the Grove. This is a 2:30 game. We get to the Grove at like 8:30.
Wow.
No one's at the tent.
That's real fans.
No one's at the tent. There's no drinks. There's no food. There's nothing. And
Commitment.
Will and his friend, they're watching game day, and we can't, like, it's so packed to like watch the show. You can't even see anything. So like, you're watching it on a screen. We're standing there. Olivia and I, we're dead tired, and we're just sitting there like, because it's like so like boring right now. Like,
yeah.
And then finally, I mean, obviously, like it picks up. Our friends get there, food gets here. We finally get to eat. The friends get there. We're hanging out, having fun. Then the energy starts to build. All right, we're playing Bama. Get to the game. Ole Miss is down 14-3 at halftime. Everyone's like, oh no, here it goes again. Ole Miss is gonna Ole Miss. There was a blatant face mask strip fumble at half, right before the half. They go up 14-3. Everyone's pissed. I believe the student section started chanting "F you Bama" as the teams leave the field. So, got that emotional roller coaster we're on right now, And then Ole Miss, obviously, they come back. They win. First time in forever. Forever. Will and his college roommate beeline for the sideline because they're going to storm the field.
Yeah.
Got to storm the field.
I start going.
No.
My dad holds me back.
Wilson.
Doesn't let
This
me.
is once in a lifetime.
Holds me back. It's like, no, like, you got to stay.
Wilson, were you afraid you was going to get hurt?
Yes, I was. I was afraid he was going to get hurt.
And I was 16. I could drive a 2-ton vehicle on the highway, but I couldn't go
Is that a
to the
good
stream
thing,
of
though?
people.
Was he worried that Olivia would go with you?
Yes, probably.
Well,
But I could have. In hindsight, and even your mother got mad at me when we got home. She was like, "I can't believe you didn't let him get on the field." So I got it from you. I got it from your mother. And anybody else that I told the story, I remember that now.
Once in a lifetime.
That was bad.
I mean, I understand where you're coming from, Wilson. Speaking from experience from that game, those goalposts are pretty heavy, and I'm sure you didn't want John to get hurt. So,
Thank you, Jake. I'm sorry I scarred you for life, John.
Can I tell one funny story?
You can tell all you want.
Okay, just really quick. So, John's with us too. It's an Ole Miss football game. I think we're playing Fresno State. I think Caleb, my college friend Caleb, was with us. We had these seats for forever. 35-yard line, section G. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Okay. So, and the people behind us were.
Oh no! Don't go.
Oh yeah! Yes. So people behind us, same situation. They were there forever. We sat with them every single game, and just by happenstance, one of my dad's friends from college has bought those tickets. Okay, and this may be first quarter. We're like, oh my god, this guy is drunk. I mean, he's stumbling up the stairs to get to the seat. He doesn't recognize he doesn't recognize my dad yet. So it's the first quarter, and he hits me on the shoulder pretty hard and goes, "Hey, is that Wilson Barton?" I said, "Yeah, that's my dad." And he goes, "No effing way, Willie Dog!" And my dad,
Willie Dog,
my dad, and I know you can't see this on the podcast, but he just kind of shrivers up and just his head drops. And,
Willie Dog?
Willie D-A-W-G.
W.
How do we not know this, Lee?
Oh my goodness.
I actually might have known Willie Dog.
Oh my gosh.
And this guy's going ballistic. Your dad is the man. My dad's over there in the corner. Stop. He's like, your dad's a legend. He was the nicest guy. I believe you were a Phi-Psi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this guy wasn't even in the fraternity. He just loved my dad so much.
No, he was in the fraternity.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Okay. But he was just like, your dad just welcomed me in. He's the man. I mean, do you know how cool your dad is? And, again, he's just like, shut up. And then so now that's come back to my college friends like, oh, dude, Will's dad is Willie Dog. So now, everybody calls my dad Willie Dog.
Including
so
Eric and Lee going forward. That's you gave
Let's
us
throw
that.
Jake in the mix too. What's up, Willie Dog?
Mary Catherine, What about you? So again, advice or lessons that have stuck with you in a positive way.
That are not candy corn related.
Well, it's candy corn word.
I don't know.
It's okay. She's under pressure now.
I understand. Or if there are any other stories you want to tell, just something that rings true, good or bad, that you can remember.
Do you want to talk about the time that everybody in your class, you learned about probability and percentages, and everybody in your class had a cell phone?
I didn't get a cell phone until 7th grade. But
Yeah. But she came home and had her math teacher work with her, and she said, "Did you know that 96% of the people in our class have cell phones? However, there's 2 of us that don't." And and so she kind of gave us a really hard time about that, and went on and on. I said, "You got to be old enough to get a cell phone." And then finally, she got a birthday. She got that Pantech.
How did you get it?
Is that the Cricket phone?
It may have been. I don't remember. It was not.
AT&T special. It slid both directions.
No
horizontal and
Psychic?
vertical.
Yeah. That's
Psychic,
big.
right?
Right? No, or maybe it was touchscreen on the front. I don't know.
Now you're just
you had a
flexing.
keyboard. You had a keyboard.
I had a keyboard.
Yeah.
Well, see, that sounds like Megan, because if she wanted something, she would have put together a PowerPoint presentation to explain to mom and dad why she needed something.
That seems like a little bit more work.
But I do like the stats and data. That's a good persuasive way to make your case.
She did learn how to make her case.
And it obviously worked.
Yeah, eventually.
Well, guys, I think we're probably ready to wrap up, but I just want to really, again, thank you guys for being here. I know you've got your own lives and your own time, and we've been really looking forward to doing this. We are so proud of you guys. We really are. We talk about you when we're recording. We talk about you when we're not recording. I mean, you're still a big part of our lives. So it's good to get you on the show.
We are very blessed to have y'all in our
For
lives.
sure.
And we are very thankful of the adults you have become. And we just love y'all and hope for the best and pray for the best.
Is Willie Dog about to cry over there?
We love you too, Willie Dog.
It's going to be a group hug.
Maybe so after
sure.
this.
Bring it in, guys. Bring it in. All right, let's talk about following us on Instagram. You got to find us at 3 Assorted Crackers. And, we're touching a new generation here. Maybe you guys can talk your friends into following us. We need as many followers as we can. So say, look, I'm going to be on my dad's podcast. You should listen. And you can follow us on Instagram and see some cool clips.
Don't forget also, we just went live with YouTube. So we've got our own YouTube channel. It is 3 Assorted Crackers, all together, no spaces. You can find us there. Right now, we're doing shorts there. We're putting some of our reels out on there. We also are going to... Eventually, we're working hard to figure out the camera thing and get it set up so we can go long form and have those on YouTube also. So please go out, subscribe, like, share, all those on YouTube and on Instagram. And if you need to contact us, we also have an email address.
And what is that?
That is 3assortedcrackers@gmail.com. We love your feedback. Likes, shares, and subscriptions are our love language. So please do that.
Please don't go stale.
And don't be afraid to try.
New flavors.
All right. Thanks, kids.
Thanks, guys.
Thank y'all.
Thank
Love
y'all.
y'all.
Get in here, Dad. We're talking about spanking.
That story haunts me. But then as I looked closer, the K was backwards.
No, the J. It was the J.
It was the J was backwards. And at this point, Jake would have been in 3rd grade, 4th grade.
Also, if I was old enough to write, I knew how to write a J. It was my name.
But point being, like, that's fishy. Claire.
Damn Claire.
It was
Always
Claire.
Claire.